guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Akanksha. You read the title of the video, today's video is Diwali Get Ready With Me or Diwali Glam. I love how the way the look turned out. So if you guys don't know already, I am a South Indian, so I wanted to add a South Indian touch to the outfit. So I wore my mom's white pattu sari and I just put a bun because I wanted everything else to have attention. It just looks very elegant and classy. So yeah, I super love how it looks and all, and I'm going to show you how I did this makeup look. This is my mom's sari. She just got the same material, like the color blouse, and she got it stitched. This is the best way you can use your mom's clothes. Just make sure the fabric and the color matches the original sari really well. Let it be sari or let it be anything which you want to reuse. So since this is a very rich sari, it looks very rich, so I had to get a blouse which matches the texture of it. If I'm just going to get a gold cotton color blouse, it won't suit. So just make sure you just go to the shop, choose whatever you want, just take the sari along with you and do that. So yeah, that's it for the outfit, and I'll show you guys how to do this makeup. I super love how this turned out. So before getting into the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you get notified every time I post. And yeah, let's get started. So let's start off with the primer. I'm going in with my L'Oreal Base Magic Transforming Smoothing Primer. So I'm just gonna take it and apply it on the areas where I have a lot of pores. That's right here and on my nose. So I'm just gonna apply it here. You can apply it all over your face as well. That's up to you. So there's this one thing I've been doing recently, and it helped my makeup stay longer, or to not get oilier for a longer period of time. It has really helped that for that. So what I do is I take a powder. Don't worry about it, your foundation or anything getting cakey. It won't happen because you just have to apply a very little, a thin layer of it. I'll show you guys how to do it. So by applying that, what it happens is it stays on. The oil doesn't peep through very easily. If you're someone who has oily skin, this can be a lifesaver. I really get oily around this area like within an hour, no matter which foundation I use. So I usually bake it so it stays on 3-4 hours. Now if I do this and if I bake it for 2-3 minutes also, it's fine. So I'm just taking a tiny bit of powder and just applying it on the areas where I know for sure I'm gonna get oily. So just a thin layer. You can see, you cannot even see the powder, it's just melting off and it's just mattifying everything, and just it won't make my foundation get oilier. So I applied a very thin layer of that powder, and next I'm going to go in with the foundation. So I'm using two foundations. I'm mixing two foundations today. So one is the Maybelline Superstay foundation, and one is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear foundation. This is in the shade Golden, and this is in the shade 260. This is a little lighter to my skin, and this is a little darker to my skin. So if I mix both, it'll be the perfect combination. So I'm just gonna mix that and apply. I'm nicely going to blend it. The reason I applied the powder is because I don't want to get greasy. So technically, if I do my makeup in the day during the puja, I can keep it until the night, when we are having the Diwali party or anything like that. So you could do that, or you could skip that part if you're just going to wear your makeup for 1-2 hours and you're going to remove it. Next, I'm just gonna take a little tiny brush and whatever is left on my hand, and I'm just going to go around my nose a little bit, around my mouth, just to make sure everything is properly evened out. So after this, let's move on to the concealer. I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro concealer in the shade medium beige, and I'm going to add the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in medium as well. So because this is not so light, I want a little brightening effect under my eyes. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this and apply it. So that's it. That's like, tiny amount. If you want, you can add later. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit. Like, I didn't want to go with medium all over because it kind of gets a little too light for my skin tone. So I'm just, the concealer is nice and blended. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more, to get a little brightening effect. That's it, that much. So next I'm going to contour with my KKW contour stick. This is in the shade dark, so I'm just going to apply it on the areas where I want to contour. Always blend the contour upwards. Contour just gives so much dimension to your face. I guess the best part about makeup for me is contouring and giving that shape to your face. So I'm just gonna contour my nose as well. So yeah, the first one I used was a Morphe brush, and this is the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. But I like it as a cream product, like a brush for a cream product. So for the last cream product, I just want to add this CoverFX Custom Enhancer drop. This is in the shade Moonlight. I love this highlighter drops. I have a mini version because I don't think you can ever get over with a full version, because I rarely use it, and it even just need, like, you just need a tiny bit of it. So I'm just gonna use my finger and blend it into my skin. The best part about these like this liquid highlighter is the thing that you can even use it on powder. So even if you forget to use it first, later it doesn't grab onto your powder very weirdly. So like while I was using my finger, you can see I went tiny bit into that line. So what I do sometimes when I do that is I go back with the same brush, take a tiny bit of concealer, and I conceal that part so that I don't have any shine underneath my eyes. You can always do your eyes before your base, because if like if you're scared of fallout or anything. But I prefer my base done first, so I always do that. I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I'm mixing my KKW beauty powder with it. So I just always do that in every video you've seen it till now. So just for the under eyes, I go in with a lighter shade of powder, and then for the rest of my face I use my normal Maybelline powder. So, and I'm just gonna take that, and I'm properly going to make sure there are no creases, and then I'm just gonna, next I'm just setting my whole face with the Maybelline medium powder, just going to ensure that the foundation or all the cream products are not going to move. So next going to add a little blush. The thing is, I love my eyeshadow, lips, and my blush to coordinate. It just brings the whole look together. And I'm going to go in with a very warm look, like, for the eyes. So I'm just going to take the same eyeshadow palette which I'm going to use. I'm going to use the Morphe X Jacqueline Hill palette. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit, because these are very pigmented. And I'm just going to add it as a blush. They are super pigmented eyeshadows, so just be careful when you use eyeshadows as blush. Next, for contouring, I'm just going to take the Wet n Wild, this side. I broke this side, and I'm already almost hitting pan on this side. I love this bronzer. So this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette, and I'm just going to add a little warmth to the face. Next, I'm just going to set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter, and I always like to take my sponge and just push that thing inside, so that it'll pick all the powders away. Next for highlighter, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. This is in the shade Molten Gold. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit because I already have the liquid drops underneath. So you can see there's like that very healthy glow. If you have textures, check. If you have texture, it's like a tongue twist. If you have textured skin, like just avoid applying highlighter on those areas because highlighter would like just enhance the texture even more. I'm just going to come close to the camera. You can see it doesn't look cakey. Like, wherever I applied the powder, it doesn't look cakey at all. This, I have acne, like, small tiny bumps going on. But other than that, you can see there's nothing cakey or anything even after adding the powder. It just gives a very nice finish. Like, you cannot see it, but it just helps the oil stay in place and it doesn't help, it doesn't make it come through very quickly. So next I'll just move on to the lips. I'll just add a nude lip for now, and then after we do the eyes, I'll see if I'm feeling any other color. So I'm going to take I've stopped I've, I've, I have stopped talking while applying lip liner. So I'm just going to take the Wet n Wild lip liner in Chestnut. Next, I'm just taking the Lakme Absolute Revolution Matte Lipstick. This is in the shade Soft Nude, and I'm such a beautiful color. I love the color. Now let's just move on to the eyes. I'm just going to do my eyebrows and concealer and prep my eyes off camera because you guys have already seen it a number of times. So I'll just do that and I'll be back. So I just did my brows with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, and then I used my Narsa Soft Matte Concealer in Ginger. Now let's move on to the eyes. I'm going to do a very warm eyes because you'll see my outfit later, or you must have already seen in the intro. Take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to take this color, like a soft transition color. I'm just going to mix these two shades and I'm just going to add them in my crease. I always go in with my transition shade, so it's just easy to blend the rest of the shades together. I love this eyeshadow palette. Like the shades just blend like butter so smoothly. I don't have to make any effort. They literally blend like this. So next up, I'm just going to take these two shades and add it in the crease and deepen the crease even more. Next, I'm just going to take this shade, just going to add it on the ends. And I'm going to deepen that even more with this shade. Next, I'm just going to take this deep, orange metallic shade and I'm going to apply it all over the lid. That is so pretty. It just started raining, you guys. If there's disturbance, I'm so sorry. It is raining very heavily. So it looks so pretty, right? Like I love those shades. You know what? I want to add glitter to it. So let me just go get the glitter and I'll be back. So I'm going to wear a white outfit. So I pulled out this Forever 52 glitter. This is in the shade Moonstone. And I'm just going to apply it on the center of my lid a tiny bit. I'm just taking a tiny, flat brush and I'm just going to grab that and add it on the center. You can totally skip this if you want to keep it very casual. But you know me, I love my full glam. Just a very subtle look. See, like, because when the light hits the eye, you can see that it just catches the attention and it looks very beautiful. That's it, just a tiny bit in the center, just that because when light hits, it'll look very pretty. So I'm going to go in with a very tiny brush, and I'm just going to take this shade and this shade, and I'm going to go under my lower lash line. So next I'm just going to take the Note Cosmetics eyeliner, and I'm just going to line. Just a thin and nice winged liner. Next I'm just going to add my mascara, lashes and everything. So I'm just going to. So yeah, that is the finished look, guys. I so super love it. And if you guys did too, and if you guys love the video, make sure hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. It would mean the world to me. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.